There is a very good chance this is the last video of Geo only. Well, until Natlan releases. And so last time, we spent some quality time with Yoonjin trying to build her a little bit better. Now, she still has quite a way to go, but this time, I figure we should focus on Noelle. Most of our characters do have at least some sort of workable build at this point. Lumion, I don't really care about because, like I've said, she's probably going to be the first character that we replace within our two teams in the Spiral Abyss. And so that would just leave Ningguang and Noelle. But since Ningguang has been delegated to the role of a healer for one side of the Abyss, I figure it would be in our best interest to try and build Noelle because, I mean, I really can't improve healing through artifacts other than healing bonus. And also, yes, I'm aware if I build Ningguang as a sub DPS, even with the healing, she would still be able to do some form of damage, which would be nice. Artifacts take a long time to get, so I need to focus on one at a time, and I decided we're gonna start with Noelle. I don't think Noelle will ever be our main DPS on either side of an Abyss clear, unless we just want to try it for fun. Or maybe we'll get C6 Noelle at some point, and then it is more viable. But I'm still going to attempt to build her kind of as you would with the main DPS, focusing on defense and crit, because if I do need healing on the side that she's on, and I need to put her on the field, I would prefer that she actually can do some form of damage. And technically, we could use this artifact set for Noelle, because as she changes her HP through attacking, she'll gain more crit rate. But since we don't have a Farina, since this is Geo only, we don't have a way to actively drain that HP. So I do feel like the Husk of Opulent Dreams would be the best set that we could put on her. Though it's kind of ironic because as I'm farming artifacts, I'm realizing that I'm spamming Ningguang's burst as soon as it's off cooldown because of the low energy cost. And I do kind of rarely put Noelle on the field. So by that logic, it would be much smarter if I instead focused on building Ningguang as a sub DPS with healing capabilities. But I'm too invested at this point. I already decided that this is what we're doing, so we are sticking with it. I really wanted to get a usable set on everyone before Natlan releases because there's going to be new Geo characters coming. But I unfortunately don't think that's going to happen because of the way the artifacts are. However, in version 5.0, there is going to be a way, I don't know how frequently, but we will be able to craft a more customized artifact. So maybe that can help us at least a little bit. Flowers and feathers usually aren't too bad to get usable pieces for. And then if we can just craft, say, a crit rate with crit damage substat and then another substat of our choice, or a sans with double crit or anything like that, then we pretty much only need to farm to get one other piece that would be usable. I have no idea if whatever I just said made sense. I feel like this always happens in every single video on Geo only, but the Spiral Abyss has reset again. So at some point, I'm gonna have to go in there and clear that out for some primos. But on the bright side, one of the new Geo characters coming in 5.0, Kachina, is a 4-star. And one thing that I missed when I watched the live stream is that we actually get a free copy of her for just either starting or doing some of the Archon quest. And so technically, I don't even have to pull. Though let's not forget, this is me we're talking about here. If her C1 sounds kind of nice, you already know I'm going to be tempted, but I'll decide that when I actually see what the constellation is and then can test her out to see if I like her playstyle. Because we are getting a Raiden Shogun rerun, and I don't think we've had Zhongli for a while, and if they're doing one Archon, they might do other Archons. So I'm very afraid of the possibility of Zhongli rerunning at the same time as the other 5-star Geo character. At least we know it's not in version 5.0, but it could be as soon as like 5.1, 5.2. And eventually, I think it'd be kind of cool if we could get all of their signature weapons for them. Well, with the exception of Zhongli, because no thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong, Vortex Vanquisher is definitely one of the weapons in this game. Also, just for reference, this is our current Noelle's build. As you saw, there's really no redeeming quality about it right now. Ooh. This is one of those rare times where I'll say, if this rolls defense percent, this is a really good artifact. And also, before we start making any changes, let's just take another peek at this amazing build we have going on. We have just under 2,000 defense, and we got a nice 30 to 54 crit ratio with 147% energy recharge. Honestly, I don't even see how someone could have a better build than that. Noelle mains must be so jealous right now. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed and I've been doing some thinking, which is very dangerous for me. Also, can I just quickly say that this is one of my favorite things that they've added? The ability to toggle the UI is so nice. But I was trying to decide what the best pieces in terms of main stat would be. And I was wondering like, oh, should I go crit rate or should I just go for defense? And then I thought about it. Would it be better if I just went defense healing bonus on the clam set? Because here's the thing, like I stated earlier, if we had C6, then going for a DPS build would make sense. But we have to remember, Geo only account We already have Arataki Ito with this signature weapon. I don't think Noelle is going to be out DPSing him. And if we were just doing it for fun, that's one thing. But if we're trying to build teams for the Spiral Abyss, Ito exists. Like, we don't have to build Copium Ito. And since we can't use Farina, it's not like we could even go ahead and build that, which those characters synergize very well for. So I'm wondering if going for Clam is actually a better idea. Now, the good news is they're both in the same domain, so I haven't actually wasted anything yet. And Husk of Opulent Dreams is always good to get more of for this account anyways. Also, if we do this instead, the requirements for this build are much easier in my opinion, because, oh, this is rolling nice. We pretty much want defense and ER. You can't get healing bonus as a substat, so that's really all that we care about. I mean, sure, crit is nice, but we're not using Favonius, and our crit rate kinda sucks. It also kinda sucks that it rolled 2 times into flat defense when defense percent is just sitting there. But I think that this might be a good idea. I say might because I was trying to do out the math roughly and figure out if I'd be doing more overall damage with the Husk set or the Clam. But I guess the other thing to keep in mind is the fact that if Noelle's on the field, I want healing. And so using a healing bonus piece with a set that gives additional healing bonus would make sense, and we can do some damage at the same time. As much as I really do want to build for crit because I have a lot of fun seeing big crit numbers, we're going to be turning our attention to the Clam set, which means we actually don't care which set we get. I mean, right now, obviously we're looking for this one, but both of these are good. Okay, look, crafting the Clam set might not be the best investment for this account, but look at this. Look at this defense. That's what we want. Energy recharge. We don't really need the crit rate, and then more defense. Like this is the perfect sans for her. Funnily enough, I have still not gotten a single 5-star flower on the Clam set. I don't know how I've managed to do that, but somehow I did. I think as a longer term goal, eventually we're going to get this circlet onto Noelle since it has defense and ER, and Ningguang doesn't really need the defense because her current healing bonus piece doesn't have any defense. And then I would just have to get an onset flower for her, but I'm kind of out of resin at the moment, so I can't do that. Now, currently, I'm also out of artifact fodder, so everything is leveled up except for these two, which is a loss of about 20% defense. So not exactly ideal, but we have improved her defense to 2,588, and ER is still a little low for my liking, but it is a full Geo team, so maybe it won't be bad. Only way to find out is through some testing. And what better way to test it than through the the joy of the Spiral Abyss. Also, a quick question, slime? Are we still... Oh, wait, it's not slimes anymore. I mean, I'm sure I'm still going to struggle tremendously there, but it's not slime. I am going to try out some different lineups this time around. This, unfortunately, does leave Ito's side with not much damage other than Ito, but hopefully he can still perform decently. I mean, he's got Goro and Yunjin buffing him, and ideally we can keep his burst up all the time. Then this also allows us to have Chiori on this side, which is great sub DPS and a buff for Navia. So once we get a little deeper into the abyss, or higher, because the staircase is going up. I don't even know what I was saying. I've just realized I've confused myself so much with that question. Also, have I always known there was just a giant moon floating next to the arena? It makes sense with the blessings of the moon, but I can't say I ever noticed that. Hey, don't freeze Ito during his burst. I think the best part of this is realizing that I just spent a bunch of time trying to build up Noelle, and I haven't used her once yet. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, here's her time to shine. I want to do some healing. Let's see the procs of the bubble. 16k. Okay, can we see another one? It's another 16k. Another 16k. Is it the most damage in the world? Absolutely not, but it's something. Also, I wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure that my team is fully healed now. Oh, why was that such a pretty looking burst? Like, I mean, Chiori's burst is nice looking in general, but because of whatever was going on in the background, it looked extra nice. Okay, healing time. Big healing time. Yeah, I mean, team gets healed up pretty quickly, and Noelle actually finished it off. We can also just pretend that Chiori's dolls weren't helping that whole time. Oh, one thing I did just realize, I think Lumine's burst counts as a construct, but anytime where that's not up, I need to make sure I do put down one of her little barrels, because otherwise Chiori won't get her second doll. We have made it to floor 11, and luckily we get a 75% dendro damage bonus, so I'm sure that's gonna help us a lot. Now let's see just how low this monolith gets. So far, not too bad. I don't know why I did that. Okay, this is actually going like really well so far. So, okay, let me just get this straight. You're telling me that this is equal level difficulty to the slimes? I finished the first half with like 96% remaining in 20 seconds. Oh, look who's back. It's okay though. It's only 3 of them. I miss when it's just like a ruin guard that follows you around and doesn't even care about the monolith. Yeah, but that is so much easier than the slimes. Ooh, and a free crit card? Don't mind if I do. And yes, Lumine's burst does indeed count as a construct. Bold of you enemies to assume I need to see where you are in order to deal damage. With Ito, I just start swinging. Ito, I took the crit card and you're still missing your crits. Also, I'm assuming these guys have geo resistance. I feel like that just makes sense, and based on the damage I'm seeing, I hope that it makes sense. Otherwise, Ito and I are gonna have to have a very long talk after this. I would like to report that the dendro damage bonus does not seem to be helping me very much. We're very fortunate that we only had to beat 300 seconds. Oh, I forgot it's these idiots. Oh, what happened? You guys missed me. Oh, never mind. I'm not a huge fan of how many of these enemies there are. Like 4 isn't terrible until you realize that there's still 2 more enemies after this. Then I would say it's on the borderline of terrible. Okay, those are gone. We got the Earthwalkers. That's not what their name is. Also, I can completely count. There were definitely 4 of them and not 3. I promise. My source was I was there. An eyewitness testimonial is always 100% accurate. Well, you know, I gave it my best shot. At the end of the day, it's just that we don't have enough damage. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually really optimistic that we would be able to get 3 stars on every chamber in floor 11. But as we're seeing from this time, that is not the case. So we got 3, 3, and then 2, which means I probably shouldn't even bother trying with floor 12. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that this was an enemy in the game. I got Arlecchino on my main account. I farmed for her in like a day and then never looked back, which is a very long way for me to just say that I do not remember how to fight that boss. But look, since I couldn't get 3 stars on all chambers of floor 11, I figured maybe I can get like 1 star on some of these and get some primos out of it. I can't remember if we've actually tried floor 12 yet. Most of the time I skip it because I know that there's no shot of us 3-starring it. I've also found out that if this is the team we're gonna be sticking with for Ito, I do need some more ER because everyone gets their bursts up. I go to Ito and he doesn't have it, which is a massive loss of DPS. Oh, Yunjin got her burst twice before Ito got his once. But this is good. This shows us what we need to work on. It's also bad because the new version comes out very soon and I don't have time to work on that because I need to start working on the new characters when they come out. This was a very sad showcase of this team, but I purposely put Navia on second half because I saw that there were enemies that you just naturally get the crystallized stuff from hitting, and I figured that would make Navia a bit stronger, and I would say that that was a pretty good choice, even though we're not going to get 2 stars, but hey, I came into this expecting to only get 1. I ignore the complete whiff of that skill. So you know what, Noelle, let's see if you could finish this off for us. We just spent some time building you, so like you could do this, right? You can, yeah. I don't know if that was Noelle or the doll. Oh no, here we go again. Oh, Ito did get his burst in time. It might be because there just weren't enough enemies. So maybe against a lot of enemies, we can get his burst up more frequently. I mean, that's kind of how this game works. More enemies means more particles, means more. What the heck was that? I'd like a refund. Where was my burst animation? Oh, not the Rift Hounds. Ooh, let the dogs out. You know, I've just been thinking because I have so much time since this is taking me so long. The next best, soonest time that it will be our best chance. I'm wording this so poorly. The next opportunity where we probably have the best chance of beating the Spiral Abyss. Not that I'm really in a rush to do it, but when that 5-star Geo character is released in Natlan, they might put some sort of Geo bonus damage in the Abyss to, you know, incentivize you to pull for her. And also, the Spiral Abyss is usually a little bit easier at the beginning of a new region. But of course, if our builds aren't ready by that point, then there's no shot of us doing it anyways. Also, I probably should know the answer to this, but does charging Yunjin's skill give more particles? Because if it does, then I should have been doing that this whole time. You know it's bad when you only finish the first half with 1 Oh, you're back. But let's not forget, you know, we're on Geo only now. This is no longer spells. So breaking this thing's shield is very easy. Although, this isn't the plunging attack one, is it? Oh, it is. I like this whole time that was the first plunging attack I did and I was instantly punished for it. Ooh, that was a little close. That's okay. That's what Noelle is here for. Hey, whoa, it's cheating. I broke its shield and it kept doing pulses. Okay, so apparently 1 star was being too ambitious, which actually means there is no point in me trying to complete the third chamber because the lowest reward you only get if you have a total of 3 stars on that floor. So we're gonna just take our rewards and head on out. Oh, the 4-piece set of this is so useless for us. 2-piece is okay, but I'm just looking like this could just be an off-piece feather. Of course, I do not possess the means to level it up, but someday maybe I will. There is also an event we can do right now that I'm hoping lets me use the characters and teams that I want to use. I'm gonna go for the hard multiplier. Each stage is comprised of 3 rounds. Okay, 3, and I'm assuming I have to have a whole team. Oh boy. This is this is gonna be interesting. All right, so we might need to go back down to easy mode. So for Ito, I want energy recharge. For Chiori, defense, I guess. And then Navia, energy. No, no, that's useless. Attack? Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm expecting greatness. Look, it's not the highest difficulty, right? This should be easy. I should have looked at what the requirements were for the rewards, because then I would know if I was on track or just treacherously behind. Okay, so first team got some number of points that I'm not sure of. I feel like my score is really low. And now we see main DPS Chiori, which I didn't mean to switch off of. I'm just used to spamming E. Oh, great. Oh, wait, bubble Noelle kind of works, except her shield's not up, so there's no bubbles. So what I can do is not put up the shield because it's still not up, and then I swapped off of her again. I'm really good at this, I promise. But see, I gave us the buff where when we have a shield, the active character deals more damage of some kind. I think it was like 50%. That's not what I wanted to click. It was like 50% elemental damage bonus. Okay, so we finished. Silver medal is never a good sign. Did I get all the rewards though? I did not. 5. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't even want the extra rewards anyways. Like money and XP and like things that I need. Why would I want that? Oh wait, I'm so stupid. It just clicked in my head. I'm pretty sure the instructions said that you can duplicate characters. It's just you don't get any more of the motive stuff. I can't wait to see how many of the comments are screaming at me about that. I mean, I'm sure it'll be none because all of you guys have so much confidence in my intellect in that I would figure it out. You can't say I didn't read the instructions this time because I did. It's just that for some reason it took about 10 minutes for it to register in my mind what they meant, which is honestly like 20 minutes faster than it normally is. Okay, now that I know that, I feel like I should go on the highest difficulty for the 10 times multiplier. Okay, that time was 3,200, which is better. But now I'm gonna try it on the fearless difficulty. Zhongli. This is our first time ever on this account using a Zhongli, the archon of the element that this account is based off of. Oh, and also fun fact, I don't have a Zhongli on any account that I've ever played on. He has eluded me on my main for so long. I want him so bad, but it's okay, right? Because, you know, we spent the beginning of the episode building Zhongli at home. I'm kind of sad here because the first team gained about 2,000 points by itself, and the second team didn't even get 1,000. So unfortunately, we're still not getting all the rewards, but we got closer, and that doesn't really matter. Oh, right, and I can't use Zhongli anymore. Oh, look who's back again. It's another day with 5 more condensed resin, and I want to see if we can at least get all of Noelle's current artifacts up to level 20. Upgrades are welcome, but not expected. We did not get any upgrades, but let's see if we can get this artifact to level 20. I don't think we'll be able to, but I would love to be proven wrong. Okay, I was proven wrong. Now let's dump whatever else we have into the other artifact that still needs to be leveled up. Okay, even with a ×5, there's no shot that we get there right now. But that puts us at 2,700 defense. And then because of her weapon's passive, as we attack, our attack and defense are increased, so we can get up to almost 2,900 defense. I'm just saying refinements for this weapon would go a long way. Although looking at our weapon blueprints, we have 1 claymore, but it's the wrong one, so I'd have to convert it over, and I just don't feel like that's a good idea. So while this is not the build I originally set out to create at the start of this video, I would say that our Noelle is usable now. At least if I put her on the field, we know that she will be able to heal us and do a little bit of damage in the meantime. Look at that, 26k. That's a 28k. That is not bad at all. With that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and the next time you see this account, it'll probably be in Natlan. So I will see all of you guys next time.